Hi and welcome back to excelwebscraper.com. In this video I will show you how to use the Facebook URL extractor, and what this basically is that it is a URL extractor, generator and render. Currently this application does not pull off Facebook user information. It is something I'm looking at for the future, and it may come out in a future update. But this was an extra feature along with a link extractor, an extra feature that some of the previous users asked for, so I've included it. And I will show you how this works, but you will need a third-party application to pull off any Facebook user information. So how this works is I will just type in something like, let's say, car dealerships, state where you want to search. So I will say London, number of pages, I'll say 3, and I'll put 1 second delays in, and then just hit start. And what this will do now is that it will pull from Facebook, and it will pull off the URLs for car dealerships in and around the London area, and that's what it's doing at this moment in time. So far it's pulled off close to 30. I've put in 3 searches, and that's what I've put here, and it says it's got 2 more to basically do. Okay, and it will just work its way through, and it will then just pull them off for me, and then towards the end it will tidy them up. So the URLs that tend to be pulled off tend not to be very good, but at the end, whether I stop this early or just let it come to a natural end, it will then tidy these URLs up for me. Currently it's the delays have kicked in, so it's not pulling anything off, so it's saying it's got 0 left, and it's extracting again, so this should be the last search that it's doing. And once it's finished, a message box will pop up, and then it will tidy these URLs for me. Okay, so once I OK this, it will tidy everything here. Okay, and there you have it, it's tidied them up, and all these will land on now the about page. Okay, as it says, it all ends with about, and it's tidied them up. Some of them you can't see because it does tidy them up. It will delete any duplications, and it has left me just 49 unique records. It's these URLs then you can paste into a Facebook extractor, as some of my users have that, and then pull off Facebook user details. Currently this does not extract the user details. It is something I'm looking into, and it's something that will be included hopefully in some future updates. So this is how quickly you can pull off Facebook links. I'm just going to clear the information here. The other option that you have is a Facebook render, which is here. Now if you're doing an email search, any one of these email searches here, or the deep search as well, you can also pull off Facebook links. Sometimes those Facebook links will not be in a very good format, or they won't land on the right page, as some users pointed out. So here's just a quick example of some. I'll just copy these over, and I tend to use Notepad+. I'm going to paste these in here. None of these will land on the about page, but as I've got Facebook render URLs already here, I'll just hit start, and it's rendered them now nice and tidy, and they will all now land on the about page, and it's on the Facebook about page that all the user information is kept. And if you have a Facebook extractor, as many of my former customers do, then it's these URLs that you can use. You just need to export them to Excel and then copy and paste them into your third-party extractor. So that's how you use a render. When you're doing the search, it will automatically render them, but if you have Facebook URLs that are not very good and they're not landing on the right page, you can just render them in here. I'll just clear the information here. Another thing that you can do is you can also generate Facebook URLs, and I'll show you those. There's 2 examples of how to do it, and I'll show those now. Okay, so one you can do from web domains. So So here I've just got a web domain, so here's a company called Arnold Clark, and it's not a Facebook page at all. So I'm just going to select all of these. I'm just going to copy them. I will open the generate form, which is this one here, and I'm going to paste them in. So I'll double click in here. Once I have a tick, it says I'm selected, and hit paste. And it will paste them in. It says it's all done, so it's okay. And these are domains, so they will have the HTTP or the HTTPS, or they will have the www to qualify as domain. So I select the domain option, and I'll just okay this. And what this basically does, it will rip out the name as it's done here, and then it will generate Facebook URLs. You can't fully actually see them here because it's tidied the column up. You can send this back to the form, but you can't really search in this application, Excel web scraper, for any Facebook details. So it's always best to just export to Excel. Okay, but you can quickly generate. But if I just send them back to the form here, I'll just send back to the form so you can see a bit better. It's now generated these, and they are all going to land on the about page. As these have been generated, they're not 100% accurate because this link may look slightly different. It could be Arnold Clark .1, okay, but there's a very strong chance that these will land onto the correct page, and I believe it's close to about 3,000 that I've generated here quite quickly. Okay, unfortunately it's not showing it up here how many I've generated, and it's not giving me a figure here, but it was, if I come across here and just scroll to the bottom, yes, it was 3,000 that I copied. Okay, so it's hearts showing is the last one here. If I scroll to the bottom, you can't actually see it, but it's that one there. Okay, so it's 3,000. It's quickly copied for me. I've just exported to Excel by accident there, but it has created a copy on my desktop. So I'll just minimize this and I'll go open it up. Quickly generated 3,000 URLs for me from what I just did. Okay, and they will all land on the about page. If you have a third-party extractor, you can copy these straight in and then you can start extracting. Just going to close this down, and it says when I done, so it's Facebook generated URL extractor on the 19th of the 2nd at 3 PM and 4 seconds. I'm not going to save this. Okay, so that's what I created, and this here is Excel web scraper. You can see they look pretty similar because it is an Excel file, Excel web scraper. Always ensure that this sheet is the active sheet, and this is the Excel web scraper sheet, and here's the form that I'm using. So you can quickly generate from just pasting in web domains. It will strip out the name and it will generate you new ones. The other way you can do it is use the string option. Strings basically just means text. I'll show you that example now. I will just clear this form and I'll clear everything here as well. The second option here is the string option, so I will select all and copy, and I believe these are close to 2,220. And again, just click on the generate form, double click in the paste box. Once you've got your tick, hit paste data. And this time around, as they're not web domains, they're just names of businesses, and they may or may not have a Facebook page, but you want to quickly generate them. Just click on the string option, and there you have it. Just OK this, and it's generated 2,000 plus here very quickly. I'll just send these back to the form so you can see them. So I'll say export to form. and here they are, and it's just quickly generating about 2,220. And if you've got a third-party Facebook extractor, you can paste these in, and then you can start pulling off the business details, as these will land on the correct Facebook page. Just be aware that when you are generating, it is your judgment call, and these will be between 75 to 85% accurate, but the spelling may not be 100% like this. But it is another way of quickly generating Facebook links to put in third-party extractors. As I said, I will try to build something that we can pull off the details, but that will probably be in a future update. But currently you just have the Facebook link extractor, the render, and the generator here as part of the Facebook feature. That pretty much concludes today's video on the Facebook extractor. If you're interested in Excel Web Scraper, just visit us on excelwebscraper.com. Currently it's on a promotion with a price of $9.99, and hopefully see you soon. Thank you for watching this video.